Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thanks to all our subscribers, thanks to our returning viewers. If today happens to be your first time seeing me on your screen, welcome. Please don't forget to like this video, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, don't forget to hit the notification bell below so that whenever I upload a new video, you'll be the first to be notified. So this is our ingredients. I was just trying to film it for you guys to see the close shots of how they all look like. Yes guys, so this is our ingredients that I'll be using for this great recipe. So this is our spice blend. Yes, this is our meat, our cow meat. So I'll be dividing our spice blend into two, half for cooking the meat and half for the soup or stew. So this is it. Yes guys, this is it. So all I'll do now is to send it to the gas stove and start cooking. So I've just added in my Maggi cube. I've added in my Maggi cube. I've added my salt. So all I'll do now is to stir so that everything can mix together. At this point, you wouldn't be cooking with water. You want it to release its juices. The meat to release its juices. You get, guys? The meat to release its juices before, and also it will also help the spices to enter the meat before you add in water. So all I'll do now is to cover up my pot. Yes, to cover up my pot for it to cook for some time before I go in and add water. So at this point it is cooking, so I'll add in water. The meat, my dears, the meat was really hard. It was overly hard. But anyways, I was ready for this meat that day. I was ready for. And guys, have you noticed that meat these days are very expensive? Very expensive, especially when you want to cook and you get to the butchery. They will tell you that especially when you want to buy boneless, they will tell you that they don't give boneless, that you must add bone. And I don't understand. Sometimes their biscuit bone used to be like, I don't even know how to describe it. So I don't know. Now meats are very expensive. Look at this meat, very, very expensive. You can imagine, very expensive. Oh guys, I don't know if it's only in Ghana. I don't know if it's only in Ghana that things are meats like this are expensive. Let me know in the description box. Are meats expensive in your own country or it is only in Ghana? So I've just checked our meat. What I'll do is that I'll have to start cooking. While my meat at the other side is also cooking. So it's a win-win situation. So I've added in my oil to the pot. I didn't allow the oil to heat. I thought it has heated up. It has heated up, but anyway, it will still heat with the onion in it. So all you have to do is to stir. Yeah. So all I'm doing now is to allow my onion and oil mix to fry up a little bit before I continue the cooking process. Yes guys, so can you see at the other side I'm adding water to the meat because the meat was really, really hard. It was really, even from the wele to the meat itself, everything was hard. I don't know the part of meat I went to buy that day, but anyway, it's still a win-win situation because I'm cooking my meat whilst I'm cooking the stew. By the time the stew is ready to accept the meat, I think it will be ready. So you keep on stirring. So I think I'll have to add in our spice blend into the mixture, but I wanted it to heat up for some time so that it wouldn't be soggy. Yeah, you have to stir. You have to keep on stirring. So I'm adding in my spice blend. This spice blend, it consists of aniseed, rosemary, ginger, and garlic. Yes, aniseed is nkiti. Yes, ginger is kakedro. Rosemary is rosemary in the market. And our garlic is, I think, garlic. Yes. So all I've just done now is when you put the spice blend in the oil, okay. What I'm trying to say is that it multiplies the flavor. As my English doesn't want to, come out, I will have to find another alternative. So all I'll do now is to keep on stirring. You stir, guys. You stir so that your spice blend will fry. At least this will take for like 5 minutes for it to fry. You have to stir so that it will prevent it from burning. You stir for like 5 minutes before you continue. Yes, guys. You have to keep on stirring so that it wouldn't burn. You have to keep on stirring so that it wouldn't burn. So I'm adding in my tomato mix. So this tomato mix, it consists of your tomatoes and pakpo shito. Depending on you, whichever pepper you want to use, you can use. But I was using the green pakpo shito. That's the green Scotch bonnet peppers. So because I didn't want the soup to be too pepperish that day, because my daughter will be taking in some. So that's my 9-month-old baby will be eating this okro, so I didn't want it to be pepperish. So all I'm doing now is to rinse my bowl inside it, then continue the cooking process. So all I'll do now is to stir. So at this point, what I do is I add in all my other ingredients. That's for my shrimp powder, my Maggi cube, and other things, so that it will boil. It will boil with the tomatoes. That way it allows it to release itself. So I just added in my shrimp powder so that it will allow it to release itself. You get, guys? It's all the ingredients will release itself into the soup, and you get a more better flavor and a more better taste. I don't know if you understand what I mean. I just added in my salt. Yeah, so you keep on stirring. You stir. You keep on stirring. So this is my Maggi cube. I just added in my Maggi cube. So as you can see, I added in my shrimp powder, my salt, and my Maggi cube. So all I'll do is the reason why it's foaming now is because of the tomatoes. So all I'll do now is to let it boil. Let it cook. Yes, so all I'll do is to let it cook. But first of all, I'll have to stir so that everything will mix. But I will have to add in my wele now, because the wele, it was a little bit hard, but I wanted it to soften for some time. So I add in my wele. So everything will cook. At this point, everything will cook together. Yes, so I'll cover it up and let it cook. So at the other hand, I was checking my meat. It wasn't ready yet. It was still hard. But anyways, so what I'm doing now is that I'm transferring my meat into the soup so that it will boil with it. Yeah, the soup wasn't ready, but I was adding in my meat so that everything can boil. It was almost ready, so that everything can boil. So in the same pot, I'm going to boil water for my okro. So I'm adding in baking soda. This baking soda would help the okro with its sliminess. Yes, so as you can see, it's boiling. So all I'll do now is to go in and stir. Don't worry, guys, you'll see the magic that will happen very soon. Yes, but while this soup is cooking, the water will be on the fire boiling, and it's a win-win situation, guys. We are doing everything at a go. See the way it's rolling boil. So I just wanted to show you guys how it is. It's rolling boil. So at this point, it's almost ready. You can see the oil coming on top of the stew. You can see the oil coming on top of the stew. You can see the oil. Yeah. So all we have to do now is to add in our okro into the boiling water. But this okro, we'll cook it for like 5 minutes. We'll cook it for like 5 minutes or till it boils. Yeah. So you cover it. And there's this thing that people say that when you cover up your okro, it doesn't become slimy. Guys, I don't think that thing is true. Please, guys, as you can see, I have covered my okro, and you see it is still slimy. It is still slimy. So I think if you maybe you covered your okro, I think maybe the okro was not slimy enough, so that's why you didn't get that sliminess. So don't ever think that it was because you covered the pot, that is why it wasn't slimy. So our stew is ready. All I will do now is to transfer my okro into the stew. Yes, guys, so it's to transfer my okro into the stew. Woo, nice. Yes, so all you have to do now is to stir. So at this point it's almost ready, but we needed to still put some things inside to make it more colorful and more, more extra delicious. Yes. So this stew is a stew that you can cook, or soup. It's a soup you can cook for party. The reason why is because it's not too thick, it's not too light. So I just added in my gboma. It's not too thick, it's not too light. It's something that you can cook for a party. In case you've been asked to cook for a party and you are confused, just watch this recipe. It will help you, it will help you get what you're looking for. So the gboma is just there for presentation. It's not for anything. It's just there for an extra vegetable. So all I will do now is to let this cook for like 5 to 10 minutes. Then our food is ready to be served. So it will let it cook for like 5 to 10 minutes so that our gboma can cook. So I'm adding in our smoked mackerel. Yeah, the reason why I added the mackerel at this point is because I didn't want it to break into the soup. I didn't want it to pieces. So that is why I added it into it now. So all I'll I'll leave it, let it cook. But you have to be stirring it. But at this point you have to be stirring so that it wouldn't spill out. You have to cover it now so that it wouldn't spill out. Because when it boils, it can boil and come out, which you don't want. Yes, so you have to keep on stirring so that your stew at this point wouldn't burn, or your soup wouldn't burn. Yeah, this is what I call party okro soup or party okro stew, whichever one. It could be a stew at where you come from, it could be a soup at where you come from, depending on which one or which ear that is hearing it. Yes. Actually, you can eat this soup with anything. You can even eat it with rice, depending on you. You can eat it with your banku, your kokonte, your eba, whichever one that you want to eat it with. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. Please don't forget that one day at a time is the best. Please don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell below so that whenever I upload a new video, you'll be the first to be notified. Till meet in my next video, please stay safe and bye.